Cersei Lannister remains one of Game of Thrones' most formidable and controversial rulers. Known for her ruthlessness and willingness to do whatever it took to secure her power, she didn't rely on dragons or political alliances to rise to the throne. Instead, Cersei ruled through manipulation, force, and a cold calculation of her surroundings. Here are 7 moments that exemplify her unique approach to power. The day Cersei blew up tradition and her enemies. In one of the most shocking moments of Game of Thrones, Cersei orchestrated the destruction of the September of Baelor using wildfire. In one swift, devastating act, she eliminated her most dangerous rivals, including the High Sparrow and Margaery Tyrell. The move was as much about sending a message as it was about eliminating threats, and it showcased her ability to wield power without hesitation. How she played the Faith Militant like a game. Cersei's alliance with the Faith Militant was initially a political maneuver aimed at weakening the Tyrells, especially Margaery. However, her decision backfired, leading to her infamous imprisonment and the Walk of Atonement. Despite this setback, Cersei's use of religion as a tool for political gain highlighted her ruthlessness and her understanding of how to manipulate systems to her advantage. Cersei's bold coronation, no heir, no husband, no problem. After the explosion of the September of Baelor, Cersei proclaimed herself Queen of the Seven Kingdoms, asserting her right to the throne without relying on traditional claims of inheritance or marriage. In a stark departure from the norms of Westeros, Cersei took power unapologetically, symbolized by her coronation gown, which resembled armor. She had outlasted her enemies and made her own claim to the throne, silencing Margaery, a dangerous power move gone wrong. In an attempt to weaken Margaery Tyrell's influence at court, Cersei manipulated the Faith Militant to arrest her rival. While initially successful, Cersei miscalculated, leading to a sequence of events that eventually unraveled her control. This move demonstrated her typical approach: strike first, think later. Her downfall here was a reminder that even the most calculated leaders can make fatal errors, twisting Euron Greyjoy into a pawn of her power. Cersei's alliance with Euron Greyjoy was nothing but a strategic move. She used the promise of marriage to secure his loyalty and gain control of the Iron Fleet. Despite her pregnancy, which was ambiguous in its authenticity, Cersei manipulated both Euron and her body to serve her own ambitions. She never trusted him, only using him until he was no longer useful in her game of power. Living the prophecy and still choosing to rule. The prophecy given to Cersei by Maggie the Frog haunted her throughout her life, predicting the deaths of her children and her own demise. Rather than succumbing to fear, Cersei embraced her fate and decided to wield power even more ruthlessly. In her mind, if she was to die, she would do so on her own terms, ruling until the very end, betraying the realm to protect her reign. While the others in Westeros prepared to fight the White Walkers, Cersei played her own game of survival. She feigned support for the common cause but secretly conspired to weaken both Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen. By sending Euron to bring the Golden Company to Westeros, she ensured that her position of power remained secure, even if it meant betraying the realm. Cersei Lannister's reign was marked by her uncompromising determination, manipulation, and a willingness to sacrifice anything and anyone to maintain control. Her brutal path to power revealed what it truly takes to rule in a world where survival is the ultimate goal.